And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 2022 Pee Wee Division Post Oak Little League Championship game tonight from Houston, Texas. My name is Merle Bertrand, Vype Live Broadcast Director. Our producer, Maria Carrillo, and Rosie Vega back at the comfy, cozy Vype Live studios, keeping an eye and an ear on the broadcast to make sure that we're staying on the air. And we're joined by a very special guest tonight, a gentleman who I know would much rather be out on the field participating in the championship game. It's the head coach of the Hurricanes, Coach Greg Moore. Coach, nice to have you with us here tonight.
Oh, thank you, Merle. It's a great night. These are two really good teams, and it's going to be exciting to see a matchup of two really good defensive ball clubs who also bring it, especially at the top of the order.
We'll give you the breakdown here coming in tonight's game. The Wolverines are the visitors. They entered tonight's championship game as the number 8 seed. They ended the regular season with a mark of 9-6. Got a bye in the first round. Defeated the Trojans 13-5. Defeated the number 1 Irish 7-5. And defeated the number 4 Dogs 10-8 on Thursday night in a game that we had here, the semifinal matchup on Vype. So the Wolverines under head coach Doug George and Matt Crystal bringing a mark now of 12-6 into this championship game. And they'll be facing off against the number 6 ranked Bruins, finished the regular season 10-4-1. Also had a bye in the first round. Defeated the Aggies 12-5. Defeated the number 3 Cavaliers 9-6. And Coach Clozier has defeated your Hurricanes, unfortunately, 8-6 in the semifinal matchup on Thursday night to enter this championship game here, 13-4-1 under head coach Chris McCann and Andy Friedel. You mentioned the defense. What else can you tell us about these two teams, Coach?
Well, Merle, you didn't have to remind me about the score the other night. I was here. I saw it. No, I think the defense really is the key tonight because that's what keeps both these teams in the game. They can play with teams that might hit the ball better than them because they can make the plays, particularly at shortstop and first base. We got 2 all-stars out there on both teams. George Williams at first for the Bruins. True Thrash is their shortstop. Those guys are 2 of the biggest kids in the league. They cover a lot of ground out there. And George can make up for a lot of mistakes from the other guys in the infield because he can pick everything. He's one of the tallest kids in the league. On the other side, you got the Wolverines. They've got Thomas Crystal at shortstop. He's one of the best shortstops in the league. He's gotten better and better as the years gone on. He's particularly good at throwing the ball. He puts it right on the first baseman every time. Doesn't take him too long to get rid of it. And Barrett George over at first is one of the fastest kids I've ever seen at this age. Almost certainly the fastest kid in the league. He can get from first to third without throwing the ball and cut a guy off. He's got some special talent, Merle.
Well, I know this is about our 5th year of broadcasting these tournaments here on Vype. Usually it's just doing the championship Saturday games. This is our first year doing the semifinals as well. And my mom is tuned in from the great state of Illinois, and I mentioned to her on the broadcast semifinals on Thursday night, these 8- and 9-year-olds could beat some of the Pony League teams that I was on. They play some serious baseball here at this level.
Yeah, once it gets to this level, a real baseball game breaks out.
Yeah.
You know, in the early rounds, sometimes you see a lot of mistakes and a lot of high-scoring games, but I actually expect a pretty tight single-digit ball game tonight.
Well, this is Championship Saturday. The early games are underway in the juniors division. Double elimination over there. Again, being an Illinois native, the White Sox against the Cubs. That tickled my heart. But unfortunately, fortunately, I guess, for Cubs fans, the Cubs won the early game. They came out of the losers bracket, so they're going to turn around and play a second game here in about 15 minutes over on the field behind us. The White Sox coming out of the championship bracket. The Cubs working their way through the losers bracket. So the Cubs won the first matchup. They will play here and again in about 15 minutes. Over on the minors field, the last information I had, it was the Mighty Muscles against the Thunder, and I think that one was tied up. Let me see if I can find it here. I might not be able to. While I'm looking for that, I know coming up here in about 35 minutes, it's going to be game number 1 of the Majors Championship game. The Astros in the winners bracket, if they win one against the Red Sox, they will be the champions. If the Red Sox win tonight, they'll turn around and play tomorrow night. Bottom of the 4th was the last score. Thunder and the Mighty Muscles tied up 2 apiece. Both of those minor league games on Thursday night were one-run ball games. I think they were both walk-offs. One of the games, the game that I did, the Muscles game, went extra innings. So good baseball being played at the minors division as well.
I can't figure out what's better, to get beat real bad at the end so you don't have to worry about that one play you missed, or to lose close and feel like you gave it a good go. Either way, I guess you're feeling bad about yourself. So
we'll talk about this league a little bit while we're getting some of the pregame festivities underway. Obviously, this is the Pee Wee. This is the entry level 8 to 9-year-olds. They play all the way up to, I believe it was 13, 14 is the final division. Talk about this league. When does it start? And this is it for the league for the year.
Yeah, this is the best level of baseball out here. It's so fun. I know some folks think the machine probably isn't the best idea. I love it because it really brings that consistency that these kids need to learn how to hit a pitch ball, which they start doing when they're 10 years old. But the pageantry and the way the families come out for this league in particular, something really special. I played in this league back in 1989 and 90. I've still got the 90 trophy sitting in my dad's study back at his house. And that I remember those teams because I made friends on that team that I'm still friends with today. And I talked about that with my team a lot. You know, these are guys who you're going to be brothers with. You'll be greeting these folks 10, 20, 30 years from now, and you'll remember the experiences you had out on this field. And a lot of that's because of what the fans bring. The families care about this. They come out. They support it. We had grandparents, great-grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and that really brings what the special quality of the league. The other thing about this league is it's developmental, right? It's not just about trying to put together the best team. You're trying to work particularly on the kids who aren't as advanced on your team. You got to give them those basic skills that they're going to need so they can move on up into the minors and majors.
Well, we see it all the time. Vype, of course, primarily does a lot of high school sports. We talk to coaches all the time about that skinny little freshman that was on the third string, the C team. They wind up being the superstar by the time they get to the varsity. So take that and extrapolate it back to 8 to 9-year-olds, right?
That's right. And some of these kids out here tonight and in this league are first graders. Most of the kids are second and third graders, but there are some first graders in the league who have summer birthdays, and they're forced to play or up a little bit. And those kids, you see the most improvement from them from the beginning of the year to the end, particularly after spring break. So teams change. And these two teams are good examples. The Wolverines got off to a good start this year and only lost 4 games, but they were in a lot of tight games and had a tough schedule. But the Bruins got off to a tough start. They didn't really do very well at the beginning of the year, and part of that's because they have a lot of young kids on the back half of the order, but those kids have gotten better. And as they have, they've really buoyed the Bruins, who come into this game having not lost a game since March.
Well, as the starting lineups and kids are being introduced at the field, what you're going to see tonight, you have rosters of 12 players, and all 12 will bat. They'll alternate defensively. They won't all play every inning. They alternate a lot, especially in the outfield. But it's a 12-person batting order. There are 2 young ladies that are playing tonight here, which is also pretty cool, something you don't see very often. And I can't remember if it's 1 on each team or if it's 2 on the
No, there's 2 on the Wolverines, and
was.
I tell you, it's one of the most special things about the league. I had the privilege last year of coaching the only girl in the league, Isabel Wynn, who was just fantastic. She couldn't have been a better teammate to all those boys, and she was a lot tougher than most of them, too. And that's true about these girls out here tonight. We got Charlotte Vermillion and Taylor Baskin on the Wolverines, and both of those girls are really good ball players. And I know that they've earned the respect of their coaches and the other boys on that team.
And if I remember right, the coaches gave us the notes. Looks like we're having the national anthem here. We'll stand down for that and be back in time for the first pitch.
You're looking for a good movie?
I'm sorry, Marie. I'm so used to self-producing. I just smack my hand away from the board, will you? All right, national anthem is complete. We're about ready. So again, what you're going to see tonight are 12-player rosters. 12 players, all of them will bat each inning. And one of the other unique features at this Pee Wee level, Coach Moore, is no pitchers. You've got a pitching machine out there, but you do have somebody fielding the position, correct?
That's right. And it's a big strategy call how you deal with the pitcher position. Early in the year, you definitely want a good pitcher because a lot of balls get tapped to the pitcher. But by this time of the year, not a lot of balls coming to the pitcher. And if they are, they might be coming in the second inning, not likely in the first.
I was kind of joking the other night. I wonder if the pitching machine has ever walked anybody. But I guess they don't call balls and strikes. You can only strike out if you swing and miss, correct?
Yeah, the big problem is when you swing at that pitch, it's out of the zone because you do occasionally get some high balls.
Oh, yeah. So we're about ready to go. The Bruins are the visitors in this team, in this ball game. They will be wearing the dark navy blue uniforms across the way with the white pants. And the Bruins in the powder blue UCLA colors. Kind of looks like the Rose Bowl out there between the Bruins and the Wolverines.
Some of the best uniforms in the league out here tonight. Definitely top 5 unis.
So it'll be Kayan Siktian, the second baseman, leading it off. One of the best names in the league. True Thrash, the shortstop, batting second for the Bruins. Joel Williams over first base, batting third. Easton Gervais over third base, batting cleanup. Ezra Amira, the catcher, batting fifth. Max Crowley out in left field, batting sixth. Austin Orr, the pitcher, batting seventh. Talene Desai in center field, batting eighth. Jack McCon also in center field, batting ninth. Hank Friedel in right field, batting 10th. Kadeen Desai out in left field, batting 11th. And Grayson McMillian in right field, batting 12th for the Bruins. Deep at the set for the Wolverines. I got myself turned around here. Hold on.
No, it's all right. They got Barrett George, first baseman, leading off for him. They got Thomas Crystal, the shortstop, batting second. Taylor Baskin, one of those two incredible girls in the league, both on the Wolverines, is batting third. She's the catcher. Watch out for her behind the plate. She's got a great arm. Third baseman, batting fourth, Federico Andina. The pitcher, batting fifth, Ben Brolier, one of the cutest kids we got out here. That mop of blonde hair is recognizable from anywhere. Second baseman, left field, batting sixth, Easton Manning. That's the second Easton you've heard tonight. Don't check your ears. That's 2 kids named after metal baseball bats. They had to be good at Pee Wee baseball. Batting seventh tonight, playing second base and left field, Sam Crystal. He's one of the youngest kids in the league. He's the younger brother of the shortstop. Batting eighth in center field, Will Carroll. Also in center field, batting ninth, Charlotte Vermillion. Right field, batting 10th, Cole Kinney. Left field, batting 11th, Rui Diaz. And right fielder, batting 12th, Alonso Gonzalez.
Thank you, sir. I have my scoring book flipped, so we'll give you the defensive set for the Bruins. It is either Max Corley or Caden Desai out in left field, either Talene Desai or Jack McCon in center field, either Hank Friedel or Grayson McMillian in right field. I won't know for sure until they turn around.
Well, Crowley's out in left, and they want him out there in that first inning because he's a really good player. He's an 8-year-old first-year player in this league, but he can catch a fly ball. Watch out for that because he's going to get some out there in left field.
Infield's easier. Easton Gervais, True Thrash, Kayan Siktian, and George Williams, the infield third or first. Ezra Amiri behind the plate, and Austin Orr manning the pitching position here for the Bruins.
One of the things about these teams is they've both got really good third basemen with strong arms, and that's not all the way through this league. A lot of the third basemen struggle to get it over there to first, but not true on this team. Easton Gervais for the Bruins has a really good arm, and he's really come on defensively, and that's helped as they've improved as the year's gone on.
6 inning games here at Little League.
Yeah, and no time limit tonight. Usually we have a time limit in the Little League, but no time limit for the finals.
Don't think it'll come into effect, but is there a run rule at any division?
Nope, no run rule.
Didn't think so. Wanted to make sure. Didn't want to assume from what I remember from last year. So.
You know, the biggest thing about choosing to be visitor or home is that momentum, right?
Yeah.
So the Wolverines have a chance right here to go put it on them. Go get 4, 5, 6 runs and really set the tone for the game, and that could change the feel in that dugout pretty quick. These are 8 and 9-year-old kids. They can feel that momentum shift, and sometimes it changes their performance.
Just a beautiful night here in Houston. Dare I say San Diego weather. About 84 degrees, sunny skies, not a cloud in the sky, and the breeze blowing from right to left, blowing on our face here as we are just beyond the dugout on the third base side.
Watch out for the Bruins catcher, too. Ezra back there playing catcher. He has got a unique style. He's not a very tall kid, and he doesn't really crouch to take the catch. That makes his release on the steals really, really fast because he doesn't really have to pop up to do it.
And he's wearing number 99. If that's not a catcher number, I don't know what is.
He's also one of the best trash talkers in the league. He's the kind of catcher you walk up there, he's going to tell you got your shoelaces untied, you got a stain on your shirt. He's probably going to tell you that you got that maybe your mom looks pretty good tonight. So you got to watch out for Ezra. He's trying to get in your head.
Well, you mentioned it's a developmental league, right? You got to get the trash talking going at the young age.
I like a mouthy catcher.
Yeah.
I always try to teach my catcher to talk it up a little bit. You don't want somebody just sitting back there. Yeah, no, you got to keep it clean.
Right.
And nothing wrong at all with talking to the batter a little bit. These kids get surprised. They hear a little voice back there. It may take them out of their game. Something you got to deal with. You also got to watch for that cowbell. We're hearing a lot of cowbell out here.
You just can't have enough cowbell.
A lot of cowbell. Yeah. Watch out for that. But if you can't hit with a cowbell ringing, there's probably something wrong with you.
That's what I was doing wrong in Little League. All right, so here we go, stepping in. Barrett George will lead it off, first baseman for the Wolverines.
Barrett's an impressive hitter. He's a really good contact hitter, and with the speed he's got, if he puts it in play, he is going to make it down the line. He beats out balls and shocks shortstops all the time. Only thing that can catch Barrett is pop-up.
Adjusting the pitching machine. Making sure it's all calibrated, ready to go. And the first pitch of the night, well, not.
Yeah, they're still getting it ready.
And
let me just give a shout out to our umpire, Josh, out there who's running the pitching machine. Josh is a fantastic umpire. He does a great job out here. He's never made a bad call. Absolutely. Nobody's ever questioned any of his calls. We just have perfect umpiring out here. And, yes, I've got younger kids who are coming up through the league later. Got 3 umpire crew tonight. That helps Josh out. He has to do it by himself a lot during the regular season. All right, here comes Barrett. Takes the first pitch. You'll see that most of the night. Most of these guys will take the first pitch, try to get that look at the machine before they start swinging.
So the first pitch misses down low, ball 1. We're underway. 135 feet to the right field foul pole, 155 to the left, 150 to dead away center field.
He took another one. Ezra missed it. Ezra didn't miss a single ball the other night when we were playing him, and he misses the first one right there. Thanks a lot, Ezra. But no balls in this league, Merle. No balls. You won't see that on the scoreboard. They don't count it. You do get 6 pitches. Now, I haven't seen that enforced too much, but if you take too many, strike 1 there on Barrett. Swing and miss. If you take too many, Josh will tell you this is your last pitch, and you gotta take a swing.
Strike 1, now swing and a miss, strike 2. So
and that's
2
just
strikes
nerves.
to count on George.
That's just nerves right there from Barrett. He's a great hitter. He's got his head coming out a little bit. Here's his dad coming to talk to him. First base coach Doug George coming down to give the heart-to-heart with Barrett. Usually this will result in a taking the next pitch, trying to calm him down.
So 2 strikes to count on George. Barrett George, the first baseman, leading it off. First batter of the night here.
Took a pitch. Now he's ready. This is a big swing right here. Getting that first runner on, it's a big deal.
Pitch on its way, and
popped it up.
Left side.
And he hit it to the wrong guy.
Caught by the shortstop drifting back. That is the best name in the league, True Thrash right there.
It is a great name. It's also incredible range he just showed. He made that play look easy. He moved about 30 feet behind the third baseman to make that play on that pop-up. They did that to us, too. He's got incredible range, better than any other shortstop in the league. He does it on the pop-ups. He does it on those hard grounders up the middle, too. But really big kid, moves really well out there at shortstop.
The one-out base is empty for the shortstop, Thomas Crystal, stepping in from the left side. And he swings and pops it up to shallow center field. The Thrash backing up again, and 2 quick pop-outs to the shortstop, True Thrash. And there are 2 quick outs here in the top of the first inning.
If you're going to hit it to one guy, that's not the guy you want to hit it to, guys. That was an easier play, but he only had to move back about 10 or 15 feet. He's going to make that all day. You need to try somebody else. Here we got Taylor Baskin up. She hit a ground rule double against us in the regular season. One hopped over the fence. My center fielder hopped the fence and tried to go get it.
Oh, wow.
Just left the field
Gotta love
completely.
the
And
effort.
then the worst part was he couldn't get back over the fence to get on the field. He had to actually walk all the way around. It took a long time. It's kind of embarrassing for him. But I'll tell you, Taylor is a really good hitter. She's going to whack it.
And swung on, foul back to the screen. Strike one. 2 outs, bases empty, just underway, top of the first inning.
Interesting shift we're seeing from the outfield of the Bruins. They're shifting over to the right pretty hard, but their center fielder's playing way too shallow. She's not going to hit it there, and he couldn't catch it if she did.
Swing and miss, strike two. That's a great point. It's almost like when softball used to play with 10 players. He's playing right behind the second base bag.
And there's nobody in left field. But Taylor's got 2 strikes on her. Took a pitch.
2 strikes to count on Basket. 2 outs. And popped up foul out of play.
Yeah, that's out of there. All right, now she got a little contact. I think that'll settle her nerves a little bit.
Great crowd on hand here on Championship Saturday. All 4 broadcasts underway tonight.
This crowd's going to keep getting bigger and bigger, too.
Yep.
And they're going to get more and more liquored up, too, if they don't watch out.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Wolverines are down in order, 1, 2, 3 in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we will go to the bottom half of inning number 1. Wolverines nothing, Bruins coming up to bat. That'll be Kian, Siktian, True Thrash, and George Williams, the first 3 hitters to up for the Bruins. Defense is set for the Wolverines. They've got 3 guys listed out in left field. We'll see which one goes out there. 2 in center and out in right field. I see number 10. That's Alonzo Gonzalez. Out in left, if he will turn around.
That's
it's
Easton Manning.
Easton Manning out in left.
Yeah, I like that kid. I met him in fall ball, and we were dealing with a lot of the 8-year-olds, and a bunch of them didn't want to listen to us. But I tell you, Easton was a baseball player from the moment I met him. I wanted to draft him, but no dice.
And then Charlotte Vermillion playing center field. If the notes they sent us were correct, she sleeps in her uniforms a lot of time after the game.
She's a really fast girl, too. She can get after it. Great walk-up song for Charlotte as well.
Federico Andina, Thomas Crystal at third and shortstop.
And let me tell you, like the Bruins third baseman, Easton Gervais, Federico Andina, a big, strong kid with a strong arm over there at third.
At first base, it's Barry George. Second base is either Easton Manning or Sam Crystal.
It's Sam Crystal.
It's Crystal, okay.
Yeah. And he
That's
is
the advantage of having here. I won't until they turn around. I can see the numerals.
and he is the youngest kid in the league.
Wow.
The actual youngest kid in the league. One of the few first graders. Probably about 5% of the league is first graders, including Sam. He's only eligible to play in the league because his older brother Thomas is on the team and their dad is the coach.
Ah, okay.
But he'll be eligible for a 3-year Pee Wee career.
So here's Siktian stepping in to lead it off from the left side, and he looks at the first pitch. How many teams in this league? I looked and I forgot already.
24 teams.
I knew it was over
in the
20,
league.
yeah.
It's a pretty competitive league. And I got to finish second out of 24, which just means I'm the first loser.
Strike 1 to count to Siktian, second baseman for the Bruins, bottom of the first inning.
Being patient. He did strike out his first at bat against us in the semifinals, which was uncharacteristic for Kion.
Ground ball left side under the glove of Andina, out into left field. And Siktian is aboard.
Look at that throw from Easton Manning, all the way from left field, deep left field, to the shortstop at second base in the air. And you'll see that. You watch for the left fielders to have a lot of talent on these teams. They know the ball gets hit there more, and they load up over there.
So here is True Thrash stepping in. Saw him make a couple of nice defensive plays.
Most home runs in the league this year, True Thrash. He's been a great player in this league for 2 years. #1 pick in the entire draft. Really great talent.
If I remember right, he's batting like .875 or something like that.
It's hard to get him out because he crushes the ball, and he's also one of the fastest kids in the league. Watching him run first to third is really a treat.
Siktian at first, nobody out here, bottom of the first inning. Cubs and White Sox underway, game number 2, winner take all on the field behind us. That's the Junior Championship game. The Cubs winning the first game. I believe it was 5-0 the final.
That was a really good leadoff single there by Kion. Get him started.
Pitch to Thrash, swing and a miss, strike two.
He's got 2 strikes on him, and this does happen to True. He's got to keep his head down and hit that ball. If he makes contact, he's going to get on.
And takes that pitch, didn't like it.
Got a little delay here as the catcher throws it over the pitcher's head. One of my particular pet peeves in the league.
Sun is setting behind home plate, beyond the tree, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Thrash is out for one of the few times this season.
Yeah, when he gets an out, it's usually by strikeout. But when he finds it, watch out.
So here's George Williams, the first baseman, stepping in with 1 out, 1 aboard.
George, similar to True, incredibly powerful hitter, but occasionally does have a little swing and miss in his game. He was great against us in the semifinals, 3 for 3, and crushed the ball to the wall all 3 times.
Swung on, foul back overhead.
Good sign there. He's making contact with his first swing. I think that means he's going to rip it.
Swung on, popped up right side, drifting into foul territory and onto the roof of the bullpen down there. Actually, the dugout on the first base side. So 2 strikes now to George Williams.
George is one of the biggest kids in the league. He's also got incredibly awesome orange hair, and his teammates call him Big Red.
2 strikes, a pitch, down low. The count 2-2. Two-strike pitch, ground ball left side. Shortstop with the backhand. The throw to second, not going to be in time. That's really the only play you can make. Nice job by Crystal, just keeping that ball on the infield. That was the only play that he had, Coach.
That's right. It was a good job getting over there, keeping it in front of him. No chance to get George at first. He's too fast, and Kion beat the throw at second. Here's Easton Gervais. So we got the cleanup hitter up here, first and second, 1 out. You want your cleanup, your 5th hitter to be these guys who are going to make contact and drive the ball through the infield. After your table setters hopefully get on base. This is set up well for the Bruins.
And that one will pop on the right side. As with the ball player, it's going to be in and out of the glove.
He still got him at second.
They got to play third or second. They're going to go to second, and they got him at second.
Yeah, what a throw by Ben Broiler. Great job recovering. He missed the pop-up. He should have moved his feet. His dad's going to be all over him about that, but he recovered. He knew what to do with it. Put it right on the shortstop, Thomas Crystal, at second base. Good recovery by Broiler.
So the 1-6 fielder's choice puts runners at the corners with 1 away for Ezra Amiri.
Ezra can rip it, man. He is one of the funniest kids in the league. He's got great dance moves out there, and he really puts the bat on the ball. He's not going to leg out a lot of doubles.
And good cut there, fouls it back for strike 1. Seekty in at third, Gervais at first with 1 away.
Still no score, I like how you say that name, Merle. Gervais. Sounds like you've got a little Cajun in you there. I like how you're letting that S go.
Ground ball left side, and Dina
still got him at second.
Throw at first. Chance. It is in time, safe. Pulled him off the bag. A rumble score. It'll be runners at first and second.
It's actually a good throw by Andina there. I thought he might have had him, but it looked like George came off the back. Not sure he needed to on that. There's the first run of the ball game.
The Bruins up 1-0. Runners at first and second as Gervais moves up to second.
We got Max Crowley up here. Max Crowley, that's that 8-year-old I was talking about, plays left field for him. He's a really good ball player, and you'll see that a lot of these outfielders. That doesn't mean they're not good ball players.
Swung on, foul back for strike 1. Gervais at second, Amiri at first. 1 out, 1 in. Bruins on top, 1-0.
And the Bruins really need this hit here. 2 outs, 2 on, 1 run in. Want to really put it on him here.
Ground ball. Short's got it. He's going to take the second himself. And that will do it.
There's that low-scoring game I was telling you about, Merle. We're going to have good defense here. It's not going to be enough to hit the ball up the middle.
So 6 unassisted for the third out of the inning retires Crowley. In the inning for the Bruins, they pick up 1 run on 2 hits. 2 runners left on base. We'll go to the top half of the second inning. 1-0 Bruins on top. Just happy to have you with us here on Championship Saturday. Post Oak Little League Pee Wee Division game between the Bruins and the Wolverines. One of the things, Coach, I noticed the first year we came here in 2018, never seen this before. It's not quite as pronounced in this field, but on the fringe, the infield slopes off. There's like a 1 foot drop going back to the outfield. And it's on this field as well. It's just not quite as pronounced over here. It's interesting.
Yeah, there's a couple different slopes on the field you got to watch out for. If the ball's hit hard foul down either line, it's going to come back fair because the baselines are ridged a little bit on either side. So if it hits that side of the baseline in foul territory, it's going to pop back fair, particularly down first base. So you got to teach your first baseman to watch out for those balls. You also got to teach your hitters to run. Sometimes they'll look at that ball and they'll see it foul and they'll just stand there and watch it, and it curls right back fair and they're out. I've seen that happen a lot. But you're right, there's a crown on the field kind of behind second base there, and it falls off from the infield to the outfield as well.
Well, the Mighty Muscles are your minor division champion. They defeated the Thunder 7-4. That game just finished up 4 or 5 minutes ago. The Thunder and the Mighty Muscles both with one-run games in the semifinals on Thursday night, and the Mighty Muscles prevail 7-4. So they are in the books as the 2022 minor division champion. We mentioned the Cubs defeating the White Sox 5-1. Does my heart good to say that. I'll say it again. Cubs over the White Sox 5-1. I'm a big-time Cubs fan, so I got to take what I can get, Coach.
The 13, 14-year-olds, they play right behind us here on the junior
right.
field. They look like giants, Merle.
Yeah.
I can't believe how big those kids look.
And then coming up in about 5 or 6 minutes, it's going to be the Astros against the Red Sox in game number 1 of that series. Here we go, top of the second inning.
Federico Andina, the third baseman's leading it off here for the Wolverines. Federico can rip it. He's a really good ball player.
And swing and a miss for strike 1.
He's keeping his hands too low. He needs to get those hands through. You'll see these guys, they hit the ball a lot more to third now than they did at the beginning of the year. A lot of these hitters have timed up the machine now, and they're pulling the ball more. And it's made the defense at third base even more important.
2 strikes to count to Andina. Top of the second inning, third baseman for the Wolverines. That pitch down low.
All right, Federico needs to put the bat on the ball here. Make the defense make
2 strikes to Andina. And pops that one out of play straight back overhead.
Hanging in there. Hanging in there. He needs to get a little quicker on that swing. Outfield's really deep for the Bruins.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and he's out on strikes.
You'll see this sometimes from some teams out here where they put their outfielders all the way to the fence line, and they're doing that because they're worried that the ball's going to get by the outfielders, so they just want to go ahead and put them back there so that the ball can't go behind them. They've got the fence at their back. They can get it right when it gets to them and throw it in. Hopefully that'll keep the guys to first base. Here's Ben Broyer.
Pitcher's take.
I had the pleasure of playing with Ben's dad back in '89 and '90. I was coached by his grandfather, David Broyer. He was a fantastic fundamental coach. Taught me a lot of what I know about baseball. Clay was our second baseman. Ben is playing pitcher. Oh, and he ripped it down the third base line. Gervais recovers, but decides not to throw it. That was probably a good decision by Easton not to throw that ball. He didn't have Ben. Good hit by Ben. Ben is one of the smallest kids in the league, and he consistently puts hard contact on the ball. I'm so impressed with him. First-year player in this league. And here's the other Easton. Easton Manning up for the Wolverines.
1 out, 1 aboard as Brawley standing at first base.
Look at those Wolverines. They test the catcher. They're always going to have their runner kind of bouncing off first after every pitch. Oh, Ezra dropped that one. Got to watch that ball.
Where were you drafted? 17. Worst spot. At 14, we had no option. And then they don't snake it.
Oh, he ripped it, but he hit it right to short.
He's going to go to second and take it himself, 6 unassisted to retire Brawley. So 2 outs, Manning replacing Brawley at first base, and that'll bring up Sam Crystal.
Good play by True, keeping his butt down, keeping his glove down, and he took it himself. He didn't want to risk the throw. If you can ever avoid making a throw out here, you should. That's one of the big rules of Pee-wees. If you can make a play without throwing the ball, make it. Here we got little Sam Crystal, youngest player in the league.
Yeah, popped it up, and coming on is the shortstop making the catch. True Thrash, his third putout of the evening. And that will be no runs, no hits, one error, one runner left on base. We will go to the bottom half of the second inning. Still 1-0, Bruins on top. We're going to swap out your headphone, Coach. See if we can make you sound a little bit better here. That might be, that's backwards. Wrong one, this one.
Yeah, it got loud in my ear there.
I'm not hearing them, are you?
No.
Well, heck. Let's go back to the other one. At least we can hear it with the other one.
Is it not coming through well?
It was okay until I adjusted it to try to make it better, and then it sounded worse, so let's hear you now.
All right, how do
There
you hear me now?
There, that's perfect.
All right, good deal.
Nothing that a good sledgehammer won't fix.
All right, good deal. All right, Bruins are up here. We got Austin Orr up. It's kind of the back end of their order. This is really big. If anybody can ever get something from the back end of the order, that's a real bonus in this league, especially if you can just turn it over, even if you got 2 outs to get to the top.
And he swings and fouls it back for strike one. Tell you what, this poor equipment, we've been running and gunning since mid-August, so it's time to get in the shop and get cleaned out and get ready for next year. Austin Orr, the pitcher, stepping in. It is 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up. And he swings and fouls it up the left field line for strike number 2.
Austin took over the pitcher spot for the Bruins full-time only in the 9th game of the year, and you'll see that a lot of teams make adjustments there, kind of mid-season, right after spring break. When you get closer to the playoffs, you can't move them around that much.
Third base side, the throw for Mandina, and it's going to be high and away. I think he would have beat it out anyway.
Nice hit by Austin. Yeah, he had that beat out. When you see a soft grounder to third, that's a hit almost every time in this league.
So Andina doing a good job fielding it. Pretty good throw, but good speed there by Orr. He is aboard, and that'll bring up Talene Desai, the center fielder.
Austin Orr's favorite place is the ranch. Wonder if he ever drinks any water on there. If anybody around here has any ranch water, they might bring it over to the booth over here.
And swing and a miss for strike number 1.
Now this is one of the Desai twins. Talon hits 8th for the Bruins. Caden, his brother, hits 11th. Guess you got to split them up in the order. Oh, ball gets away from Baskin. That doesn't happen very often.
So Orr will move up to second base. He's in scoring position. 1 strike on Desai.
That's a big play just to take away the force play.
Right.
Now if the Bruins can just put the ball in play here, they could probably get that runner around to score. Oh, and they got it in play.
Knocked down by the pitcher. The throw to first. It is. Did it get him?
Great play. Great play by Ben Broyer. Didn't field it cleanly, but stuck with it again. That's 2 good plays by Broyer.
On the play, Orr moves up to third with 1 out. Desai is retired. That'll bring up Jack McCann, the center fielder.
But here it is again. He moved from second to third. We got 1 out. Now all they need is to put the ball in play. Even if he hits it to the pitcher, he'll throw it to first base and take that out. He's not going to try to get the guy at home. So the only way they don't score here is a pop-up or a strikeout.
A nice job by Brawley. It'd be so easy to panic and just kick the ball around and throw it into the dugout. He recovered nicely.
And he's been showing that all year. He just has nerves of steel out there. He makes great throws, and he's speared some really hard hit balls this year too. So this is Jack McCann. Jack is a great microcosm of the Bruins season. He started out 1 for 20 this year, and the Bruins struggled. They lost 2 out of their first 3 games, and it was a lot of that was because of their young players at the back end of the lineup. Like I was saying earlier, Merle, those guys have gotten better. McCann ended up hitting .472 for the season. That's pretty hard to do when you start 1 for 20.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Coming on strong. And that one popped up down the left field line, but foul. And in front of the dugout. So 2 strikes now on Jack McCon.
And Jack's a Hunters Creek Elementary kid, which means he doesn't have to spend too much time on homework. He gets to play a lot of baseball.
And popped up on the infield and just.
That was a good swing there by Jack. He almost popped it over Federico's head here down at third.
The count remains 2 strikes to McCon. Austin Orr at third base with 1 out here in the 2nd inning.
We just had a little coach talk, which is interesting because it was Friedel who went and talked to McCon, not his dad. Oh, and McCon puts it in play.
Takes a funny hop, and he's going to be aboard. It's going to be a run scored, 2-0 Bruins.
Tough hop there for Crystal, like you said, Merle. Kind of popped up on him. It caught him in the chest. He got in front of it like you wanted to, but at shortstop, you don't have time to make that mistake.
So 2-0 Bruins as Hank Friedel will step in with McCon at first base now and 1 away.
Little communication there from the shortstop and second baseman, the Crystal brothers, talking about maybe turning 2 here.
How often does that happen at this level, double plays?
Rarely.
Rarely.
As it gets later in the year here, these good teams, you'll see it. And usually you'll see it where the shortstop's able to take it over to second base himself and then throw the ball. But we did turn one the other day from the around the horn double play.
I saw
from
that.
Third base. So a hard one hopper to third base, and they made a good throw. Kid might not have hustled all the way through the line at first.
Yeah,
another play by Broyer. Oh, yeah.
1-3 put out.
It's automatic for Ben Broyer. One hopper, that was a tougher play. Made it clean, threw it right away. But the runner did make it to second base.
So Friedel at second now with 2 outs, and Caden Desai will step in.
Here's the other Desai brother. Coach told us he's the hardest worker on the team.
And takes a pitch up high, ball 1.
He's on a multi-game hit streak here in the playoffs. Hadn't had a playoff game where he didn't get a hit.
Swing and a miss.
Big at bat here. Even if he doesn't drive the run in, turn that lineup over. Get back to the top of the lineup.
Good cut, fouls the back and a pitch up high. 2 strikes now to Desai.
Yeah,
Grayson McMillian on deck.
Shouldn't have swung at that one. That was up by his eyes.
Two-strike pitch. Tapped just fouled the third base side.
Good contact with 2 strikes there. Way to be a hitter. This is that defensive contest I was telling you about, Merle.
Yeah.
I told you we weren't going to have a big high-scoring game. Now, we might have some mistakes later on. Might prove me wrong, but these teams look like they came to play some defense, and maybe the hitters are a little nervous. And I don't blame these kids. They're 7, 8, 9 years old. And I got nervous for our playoff games. I didn't even have to play.
Swung on, foul back again. Good battle. Yeah, you look around this ballpark there. There's standing room only. There's people lining the outfield fences. 3-4 rows deep around us here.
Yeah, we got about 300-400 people watching this game here live right now.
And that ball swinging a miss, strike tapped in front of the plate, I think. Oh, foul ball. Okay. I'm just looking for the home plate umpire. There is no home plate umpire.
Yeah, I think it hit the batter's knee in the batter's box. Called a foul. But let me tell you, Caden is really hanging tough here. All right, you took a pitch there. Here's where you might see Josh remind him, you know, this is about time where you need to swing the bat. And he put it in play.
On left side, and Dino with it to throw to first. In time, good play. The 5-3 put out to get out of the inning. So in the inning for the Bruins, they do pick up 1 run on 2 hits. 1 more left on base. We played through 2. We'll go to the third, keep it here. 2-0 Bruins on top in this Pee Wee League championship game.
Great play by Andina right there. That's a really defining play. That play right there separates good teams from bad teams out here. Most of the teams in this league can't make that play consistently.
Is there any way you can stand closer to that side? Because I'm just trying to test out. You've been on a camera over there. It's not really quick to see. But Merle, I mean, is there some randos that will catch later? No? But just if it freezes, cut away from it.
Okay.
This is awesome. I've always wanted to do this. I was driving over here with Jimmy on the way, and I told him I got to do this, and he was like,
So we go to the top of the third inning. Wolverines will send up the 8, 9, and 10 hitters. Will Carroll, Charlotte Vermillion, and Cole Kinney trying to put their first cricket number up on the scoreboard, trailing it 2-0 here in this Pee Wee Division Championship game. Red Sox and Astros, I think, are just underway over at the East Field on the other side of the complex. What a beautiful complex here at the T.H. Rogers School in Houston. 4 fields, all beautifully kept up. Grass and dirt, the way God meant baseball to be played.
That's right, it is really nice over here. They added this 4th field, the Pee Wee field, in 1997. That wasn't here when I came up. Back then, the Pee Wees used to play over on the minors and majors field.
Oh, okay.
And we actually saw guys hit home runs on those minors and
Wow.
majors fields when we were in the Pee Wees.
That's impressive.
Kyle Janke, son Miller, on the Cougars this year. Used to take me deep in the minors and majors. He hit Pee Wee home runs over there.
So here's Will Carroll to lead it off for the Wolverines. They trail it 2-0 here in the third inning. And he slaps that ball left side. Gobbled up by the shortstop. The long throw to
Safe.
first, and it is in
Oh,
time.
he called him out. That was a close play. I thought he beat it. I don't have a great view over here down the left field line, but I'm, often wrong, but never in doubt.
So true thrash to George Williams to retire Will Carroll. That'll bring up Charlotte Vermillion.
Charlotte's got that great walk-up song. She does the cha-cha slide. It was a really good play by Thrash there. He's got a really strong arm. He's one of the only shortstops who could have got him there first.
That ball slapped right side, but fouled on the first base line. Strike 1 to Vermillion.
Oh,
ball to the pitcher. And Orr over to first in time. Austin Orr to George Williams, 2 away here in the Bruins third.
That's too bad for Charlotte. If she hits it anywhere other than the pitcher, she's got a chance to beat it out with her speed.
So 2 out, bases empty now for the right fielder, Cole Kinney.
Cole's a left-handed batter.
Popped up left side, and Gervais will haul it in, and it's a quick, quiet 1-2-3 inning for the Wolverines in the top half of the third inning. Nothing across. So we'll go to the bottom of the third. It'll be 12-1 and 2 hitters due up here for the Bruins, who lead it 2-0.
That's a tough inning there for the Wolverines, still having not put anything up 3 innings in, but they're going to have their best hitters up in the next inning, and that's when this game will be won or lost.
Red Sox lead the Astros 2-0 top of the second inning in the Majors Championship game number 1. The Red Sox win that one. They'll play again tomorrow. If the Astros win, they're done.
So where are the Bruins in their order here, Merle?
They are 12-1 and 2 hitters. So Grayson McMillian will lead it off.
All right. Well, he's been key for them, hitting the ball here in the playoffs, putting it in play and getting down to first. He could start a real rally for him here. It's when you get those performances from the kids who aren't necessarily your best players when you really, when you can really maximize your ability out here. That's why it's important as a coach not just to focus on the best guys. You've got to make sure that you're working all year long on the, particularly those 8-year-olds, and you'll see the benefit of that. If you put that work in over the 3 months that we work with them, they'll get a lot better. You'll see more improvement from the second graders than you will from the third graders usually.
Lights are on here at the Pee Wee Field as the sun is set behind us.
Grayson goes to Second Baptist. He's a Second Baptist kid. And the note we got from the coaches is that he plays guitar, and that he owns over 300 trains. And I don't even know how to take that, right? What does that mean, you own 300 trains? I assume we mean toy trains, in which case I need to go over to their house and check that out.
Yeah.
If not, then it's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
Like we got a magnate on our hands. Should have been on the Commodores.
Yeah, swings through that one for strike one.
Yeah, Grayson's midstream all the way.
McMillian, Siktian, and Thrash do up here for the Bruins, trying to build on a 2-0 lead in the bottom half of the third inning. Swing and a miss for strike two.
He's got to watch that ball. He's got 2 strikes on him now.
And taps on the left side. Gervais got it to throw to Andina, over to first in time.
Play.
Nice play by Andina.
Really good play there. He didn't field it exactly clean. He kind of pinned it against his chest, but he stuck with it. Not sure we got a hard run down first base there from Grayson. Looked like he might have slowed down before he got to first.
One out, base is empty. Back to the top of the order we go to Keon Siktian.
Nothing will drive you crazier as a coach than 3.5 months in, they're not running all the way down the line. But it happens. 8 and 9-year-olds.
Hit pretty hard to center field. That ball is
What a catch! Oh my God!
A catch by Thomas Crystal, diving
That's
out.
the best catch going back by a shortstop I've seen all year, and I watched a lot of this, Merle. That was a great play. He kept going. He never stopped his feet. Went all the way out in left field. Dove for it. Full extension. That was a great play.
Great catch. That ball had base hit all over. 2 out, bases empty for Thrash.
I didn't think he had a chance on that one. And now to get 2 outs and nobody on for Thrash, that's big for the Wolverines. But I tell you, True can be a one-man rally right here. He doesn't need anybody on to score. 4 homers on the year.
Had a cut there.
Ooh, crushed
down
it.
the left field line for a base hit. And
He's going 2. Yeah. He rarely stops. He may keep running.
And he will hold up. So Thrash is the board.
He ripped that down the third baseline. I had the dad of my third baseman told me that I had to move him back for safety, that I couldn't play him up against True, and we saw the reason why right there.
Yeah.
He was not wrong. He crushed that ball. He hits it harder than just about anybody in the league, and maybe the only guy who hits it harder than him is George Williams, who's up right now.
Williams had a single back in the first inning.
All right, Bruins got a chance for a 2-out rally here.
Swing and a miss for strike one to Williams.
Thrash will score on anything. Even if we get a ground ball in the infield, if Williams beats it out, Thrash will score. He will not slow down coming around third.
Popped up right side.
Got to get there, shortstop. Didn't catch it. Look at
there.
Thrash. He's not slowing down. Like I said, he's going home. He's out at the plate. He got him. He got it. She got him. She got him. Taylor Baskin holds on and gets True Thrash at the plate. He was aggressive like he always is coming around third, but great play by Thomas Crystal recovering after the pop-up. He couldn't catch. He took it on one hop, misplayed it, but made a good throw to the catcher to get him at home.
So 6-2 for the third out of the inning. You had a better view of it than I did. The umpire was just waiting to make sure the catcher actually hung out of the baseball, I think.
That's right. He was kind of looking at it. But she definitely had the ball, and the ball beat him. She blocked the plate, too, legally. Great play by Taylor Baskin.
So Williams with the single. Thrash trying to score on it, throwing out at home. And that will do it for the third inning. We'll go to the fourth, and we'll stay 2-0.
I'll tell you this.
You said at the pregame, the defense, we saw 2 great plays.
It's all about the defense, Merle. When you get to this level, defense wins championships, and that's really true out here in the Pee Wees. And what really is the cornerstone of these defenses is the catcher play. If you have a weak catcher, every single's a triple.
Right.
In this league. It's so easy to steal, but you see from the quarterfinals on, hardly any stolen bases out here, and it's because they know that catcher will throw them out.
Right.
They're not allowed to leave first until the ball crosses the plate. And out here against these catchers, if you're trying to do that, you're running into outs against Ezra and Taylor for sure. And Taylor can hold on to that ball and block that plate. That was a really good play. But the other thing you saw there is the shortstop was playing really deep. That pop-up was right behind the pitcher's mound.
Yeah.
I like to play the shortstop a little shallower than that to go catch that ball. Now, but if the shortstop been playing where I played him, wouldn't have been able to catch some of those balls out in the left field that we saw earlier.
So here we go to the top of the 4th inning. Rui Diaz, the left fielder, will lead it off. 11, 12, and 1 hitters due up for the Wolverines.
Huge inning for the Wolverines. Huge inning. If they go 1, 2, 3, they're actually going to be okay because they're going to have really good hitters coming up in the 5th. But if they get 2 or 3 guys on and don't score in this inning, it'll be devastating for them because that'll get through some of their best hitters. And if they do that, they've got to score. Their best hitters are probably only going to get up one more time in this game. And when they do, they need to score 3, 4 runs.
Strike 1 the count on Diaz.
Rui can put the ball in play here. He's got 1 strike on him.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
We got another 99 here. Big Aaron Judge fan, Rui Diaz.
Takes that pitch. Didn't like it, so he'll stay in there with 2 strikes.
Oh, strike 3.
And swing and a miss, strike 3. Diaz out on strikes for out number 1. And that'll bring up Alonzo Gonzalez, the right fielder, due up. Gonzalez digging in from the left side with 1 out, base is empty. And had a cut, fouls it back for strike 1.
So we got 1 out, last hitter in the lineup up, down 2-0 in the 4th inning. I'll tell you, these teams are used to playing these tight games. The Bruins have lost 6 games this year, but 4 of those games were by 1 run, Merle. You might look at that 9-6 regular season record. It could deceive you. They've played tough games all year, and that makes them tougher in these tight games here in the playoffs.
Ground ball left side. Thrash has got it. The throw to first in time.
What a play
6-3
by
put out to
Thrash.
retire Gonzalez.
That was a really hard ground ball from Gonzalez. Last hitter in the lineup, still hit it really hard. Moved 1 step to his right. True Thrash didn't field it cleanly, but kept it in front of him and quickly recovered. Key there was he picked the ball up with his bare hand. He didn't try to pick it up with his glove, and that gave him time to whip that throw over to Williams. Throw was a little high, but George Williams will catch everything. Here's Barrett George, fastest kid in the league.
And that ball slapped left side. Thrash again has it. They got to hit it somewhere else. The throw to first. Now
safe. Wow, that's what I was telling you about, Merle. He will surprise the shortstop with his speed. That was a hard hit ball. 1 hopper to short, and Barrett still beat it out. He absolutely flies. His dad told us his baseball idol is Usain Bolt.
You can see why right there. 2 outs, runner first for Thomas Crystal.
Barrett George scored 32 runs this year.
Ground ball left side. That's out in the left field for a base hit. So a 2-out rally here for the Wolverines.
Barrett's not slowing down around second. Oh, he stopped. It's going back. They're throwing. Oh, he threw it into right field. Barrett's going to score. Crystal's coming around second. They're going to send him too. George Williams is running it in. The Wolverines have broken open. They've got to run. It's 2-1. Great job by Crystal, but there you go. We had an unnecessary throw, Merle.
Right.
That is what you've got to avoid in this league. The Bruins have been perfect this entire game, but we had a throw that he didn't need to make. Barrett rounded second a little too far. Being the fast kid he is, he was pressing the issue. He saw True Thrash catch it in shallow left field, and he turned around to go back to second. He had it beat. There was no way they could get him, but True threw it, and the second baseman couldn't make the play. Wasn't a terrible throw, but wasn't perfect either. And as soon as that ball went to right field, there was no doubt Barrett George was going to score.
So Crystal now on third base, 2-1 ball game with 2 outs, and Taylor Baskin stepping in. 0 for 1 of the game. He struck out in the first.
And those are really the 2 best hitters on this team all year, George and Crystal, and they came through right there.
Off to the right side, and a throw to first in time.
No, safe.
Oh, ball got away.
Williams dropped it. It was a good throw by Kaon. He did a great job. He put it right on him.
Crystal will come in then, and we're tied up at 2.
It was a high chopper. He caught the second hop, and a lot of times that second hop's got a lot of tough spin on it. and he made the play, made a good throw, but Williams couldn't handle it, and the game is tied 2-2. Man, we got a ball game. Federico Andina up, 2 outs, runner on first. Way to go, Taylor Baskin. That's what I was saying. The Wolverines might only get their top of their order up this last time here, and they are doing it. They turn it over a little more, though. They'll get them up again in the 6th.
So here's Andina. And swung on, foul back, strike 1.
Federico was on the best team last year, the Longhorns, went undefeated in the regular season, lost in the first round of the playoffs. So he's got a little revenge to make up here.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
It's a little solace to those regular season champs to get a little recognition before the final. I know they wish they were out here playing.
2-2 ball game here in the top of the 4th inning. The Wolverines have tied it up. Hit in the air to shallow center field, and Thrashes there actually calls it in at the shortstop position to retire the side.
It's a 4th pop-up he's caught, Merle.
Yep.
You don't want to hit it to that guy. He's made 3 or 4 good plays on grounders, 4 pop-ups. He's a one-man defensive wrecking crew.
But the Wolverines pick up 2 runs, and they get them after 2 guys were out. So a 2-out rally to tie it up here. 4-4s would go to the bottom of the 4th inning. 4, 5, and 6 hitters to up here for the Bruins.
Yeah, big inning for the Bruins here. They've still got some good hitters coming up right now. They can score some runs. Take this lead back. So we got Easton Gervais leading off for us. Gervais, you're right. The S is silent. Your instincts are incredible, Merle.
It'll be Gervais, Amiri, and Max Crowley due up.
Easton hit .640 this year. That's a pretty good average right there. 18 RBI. He's a real athlete. He plays other sports too. He's an all-star in soccer, basketball, and football. You'll get that a lot at Hunters Creek. A lot of time to pursue your sports endeavors.
What a beautiful night for baseball. We were here last week to get this semifinal round started. It was about 105 degrees. We had equipment shutting off in the sunlight because it got too hot.
It's a good breeze out here.
Yeah.
Crowd is growing too. We're fully all the way down the lines and in the outfield now. The entire field is ringed with fans. We're 2, 3, 4 deep in some spots. I see a lot of other coaches out here watching these teams. A little pit in their stomach. Wish they were out here.
Yeah, foul back to Gervais to lead off the 4th inning for the Bruins.
Easton's got to get them started right here, especially after giving up that lead.
Line shot into the glove of Thomas Crystal. Both these shortstops have been on the point here tonight.
Yeah, and they haven't had a lot of tough chances. You know, he's going to make that play every time. That was hit right to him. Hard hit ball, but it was right to him. I tell the infielders on our team, you know, everybody's going to get real excited. You catch a line drive, but a line drive's just a good throw.
Yeah.
You should catch that ball. The hard play is that grounder. You don't know where it's going to hop, and then you got to throw it. Ezra only had one hand on the bat on that swing, on that pitch right there. And that's what you get from Ezra. He's a funny kid, but watch out, he's going to rip it.
Ezra Amiri, and looks at that pitch go by.
His coach told us he has more personality than all the other 11 Bruins combined.
And Chris is doing a great job just getting to that baseball, knocking it down, keeping it out in the infield. But an infield single for Amiri.
Hard hit ball right there.
Yeah, it was.
And it was hit to his right. He did a good job backhanding it and keeping it on the infield. But like I said, Ezra's not going to beat out too many doubles anyway.
So here's Max Crowley. And we got a message that his grandmother was listening in Beaumont. So welcome aboard. Here's Max Crowley stepping in from the left side.
This game's definitely better than anything going on in Beaumont right now.
And good cut there. Fouls out. Played on the left side and scatters the crowd in the concourse behind us.
Everybody tells you to, heads up. But what are you really gonna do? that ball's coming at you. Not a lot. Oh, same ball.
Same spot.
Wow. She kept her hat the first time, but she lost it this time.
But she didn't drop her drink.
Yeah, that's right. That's the important thing. It's an unidentified drink. Max goes to St. Michael's. He's made a bunch of good catches in left field for the Bruins, and he hasn't washed his jersey all playoffs. Oh, he hit it over here again. That's coming for you, Merle. Oh, Merle, you should have had that. That was in your spot. If it had been over here, I would have had it.
I told you I was a Cubs fan. I haven't caught anything in about 8 years.
I want to see a little range out of you. He put it over the third baseman's head. Down the left field line. Ezra's going to stop at second, though. He might be doing a little dance. Way to go, Bruins.
So Crowley, a loud single down the left field.
Crowley put it down the left field line 3 times in a row. He finally found that spot right over the third baseman's head.
So running the first and second for the Bruins for Austin Orr.
All right, here it is. They're getting toward the middle, later part of their order. Can these guys put it in play and drive these runs in? This is a key moment in this game right here. First and second, 1 out, bottom of the 4th, tie game.
Swung on.
Austin Orr's not a big kid, but he loves steak and potatoes. Steak and potatoes. That's what his coach told us.
That ball slapped left side. And they might go to second for one. They get nice play there by Crystal to get the force out at second.
The brother connection there. They've done that a lot in the front yard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
That was a nice play. Nice play by Thomas, but a good play by Sam. He came in a little hot from Thomas there on the underhand toss, and he needed to put a little on it to get him at second. And Sam made the catch. That's a good play by Sam.
So Crowley out of second, runners at the corners with 2 away for Talon Desai.
Talon, this is Talon, that's right. Talon goes to Briar Grove Elementary. He didn't think he liked baseball before this season, but he loves it now. It's his favorite sport.
That ball slapped to the pitcher and over to first base. Nice play there, 1-3 to put up. Brawl here over to Barry George, and the Wolverines are out of the inning. So the Bruins get a couple runners aboard, but unable to push the go-ahead runner across. We have played through 4, and we'll go to the 5th inning, still tied up 2 apiece.
I've been really impressed with the shortstop play on both sides, Merle, but I tell you, Ben Broyer for the Wolverines has been nails out there. That's 4 plays he's made at pitcher tonight. Wow. That's impressive for a second grader, 8-year-old in this league. I know his dad's proud of him.
Bottom of the second over at the Majors Field, 6-0 Red Sox on top of the Astros.
Yikes.
Trying to force a game number 2 tomorrow night.
Oh, that's how it works. It's like the old College World Series rules.
Yeah.
Where you get a second game in the double elimination tournament.
Game 2 is just underway in the field behind us between the White Sox and the Cubs. Cubs defeated the Sox earlier tonight to force a second and deciding game.
And here it is. Ben Broyer makes the good play in the field, and he gets to lead it off the next inning.
Isn't it bizarre how many times that happens at every level?
Yeah, it's bizarre how play-by-play guys like you always like to say that. But it doesn't really happen that way, Merle. Come on. Don't lie to the people.
We just got to show that we're actually paying attention, see?
That's right. Now, Ben is really good at putting the ball in play, and he's got a little pop. You might think by looking at him he's not going to hit the ball to the outfield, but he can. He likes to hit hard ground balls up the middle.
Reach on an air back in the second inning. He'll step in from the right side.
There's no errors in Pee-wees, Merle. No errors in Pee-wees. Everything's ahead. This is a classic Wolverine game right here. They played a game earlier this year against the Trojans, another really good defensive team. They won 3-2. Very similar to this game. You don't see that a lot out here. very unusual to have a 2-2 game in the 5th, but
Well, you called it, though.
I expected it. These teams are here because of their defense,
Right.
not because they hit the ball. There's 4, 5, 6 teams that hit the ball better than these teams, and they're not here because they couldn't play the defense that these guys do. And it's really, you see it in the shortstop play.
So here's Brawlier to lead it off. And ducks out of the way of that one.
We got a big shift in the outfield toward left field. I'm not sure that actually comports with what Broyer usually does. He might hit a hard ball up the middle here. But then again, True Thrash can catch just about anything up the middle, so he better hit it pretty hard if he wants to get to the outfield.
Ground ball left side. Picked up to throw to first. In time. Nice job.
Way to go, Easton.
Gervais.
Both Eastons are really bringing it tonight. That was a great play by Easton at third. He didn't field it perfectly clean, kept it in front of him, picked it up quick. And that's a tough throw, too. He's got to throw it right over the machine.
Took the words right out of my mouth. It's not going to duck out of the way like a pitcher will.
Yeah, that's right. But he threw it, and he didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
And George Williams made him look good over there.
So here's Easton Manning with one out and the bases empty.
Maybe I should name my next kid like Rawlings or Spalding or something. And then he'd be better at baseball.
What was that really cheap brand? I don't even know if they're still around. Hutch or Hutchins?
Oh, yeah. They made the football helmets.
Yes,
Remember? Yeah,
yeah.
I had an old Oilers Hutch. Whole outfit, the helmet and everything.
Bob back to the screen to Manning. One out, bases empty for the Wolverines in the 5th inning.
Back when I played in this league, Merle, long time ago, 32 years ago, there were 9 teams in the league, and it was only the old Southwest Conference teams. You know, the Texas schools in Arkansas.
Right.
Now we got 24 teams in the league. We're fielding teams from Los Angeles and Ann Arbor, Michigan here. Just give me a good old Bears-Aggies game any day.
Swung on.
Pop up. Catcher's got a chance. Ezra. Oh, off his glove. He reacted well and got back there.
Yeah.
You know, I had a catcher last year, Dean Urquhart. He was great at that play. He'd throw that helmet off, but you better watch out. He might throw that helmet right at you.
That is not easy to do either.
No, it's not. My catcher, David Mora Burnett, he wouldn't take his helmet off, and he made that catch consistently with his helmet on.
That ball hit down the right field line, pretty well tagged, and it's going to drop in there for a base hit up against the line. And Manning will hold up there with a single.
You know, that was a great play by the right fielder.
Yeah.
He one-hopped that. If that gets by him right there, that's a triple.
And you talked about the shift. They shifted center and left, but they left him for very good reason, as it turns out, hugging the right field line.
And they had a right fielder out there. Coach's kid, Friedel, made the play. That's a big play. You know, sometimes these kids are, you put them out in right field, they're disappointed. They think, oh, I'm playing a position that's not important. You've got a job to do. And Friedel did his job right there. That's a big play.
It's not important until the ball's hit at you.
Well, that's what baseball's all about,
Yeah.
right? It's all these individual jobs within a team sport, right? And that kid did his job out in right field, and this team might win that game because of that play that kid made right there. He may strike out, he may not get on all game, but that play might be the difference and help his team win a championship tonight. Way to go, Friedel.
Sam Crystal stepping in here, 0 for 1, popped out to short his last at bat. He grounds this one to the left side. Thrash has got it. Knocks it down and unable to make the play, so runners at first and second.
That's the first real misplay we've seen by Thrash. Good hit by Sam. Took him to his right a little bit, but True still had time to get the runner at second. You got one out, runners on first and second. Will Carroll at the plate.
Carroll grounded out to Thrash's last at bat.
Carroll's a good hitter. He can put it in play here. But just like the Bruins last inning, they had 2 on and 1 out. This is a key moment. Can these guys in the middle, latter half of the order, knock them in?
Yeah, swung on foul back.
The Bruins couldn't do it. Wow, Ezra took a faceplant back there. We might need a little break here for the catcher. Ezra likes a break every now and then. He got some sand in his eye, I think. Crowd continues to grow, Merle. Excitement is building over here.
Yeah. Getting to the late innings here in the 5th inning.
That's right.
6-inning ball game.
And I have to tell you, I've seen a 10-inning Pee Wee final before, Merle. 10 innings. It could happen. 16-15, 1990. Longhorns beat the Red Raiders. Kennedy Davis knows what I'm talking about.
That one fouled up against the screen.
Denton
2 strikes
Cooley's
to
still
kill.
crying about that game. Jimmy Hinton, I know you're out there. Crying your beer, Jimmy.
Takes that pitch down.
All right, big at bat right here from Will. 2 strikes on him. First and second, 1 out.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Carroll's out for out number 2.
You hear a lot of cheers for the catcher there. That's the polite way to cheer a strikeout. Cheer for the catcher.
So 2 outs, runners at first and second for Charlotte Vermillion. She grounded out to the pitcher, her prior at bat.
I smell a big hit right here, Merle. I think Charlotte's about to bust this game open and give the Wolverines a lead. 2 outs, runner on second. She can do it.
Bruins with 1 in the first, 1 in the second to take a 2-0 lead, but the Wolverines got them back in the bottom of the 4th.
I tell you, I got to say, both these teams are really well coached, Merle. They're smart players. They clearly know what to do when the ball's hit to them. I'm really impressed.
Strike 1 the count to Vermillion. And now swing and a miss for strike 2.
You ever had a ranch water, Merle?
I've never have.
It's kind of like a watered-down margarita. And not that there's anything wrong with that. Watered-down margarita is just fine. Seems like it's a little watered down. If anybody wants to have a taste test of that with me, come over to the booth.
2-2 ball game, runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the 5th.
She put it in play. Oh, no.
That's not Thrash, got the runner hung up.
Yeah,
and runs out of the baseline, puts the tag on anyway, and that will do it. Thrash with the put
So
out.
the first real base running mistake we've seen tonight, Merle. Easton Manning there at second base, runners on first and second, 2 outs. Ground ball hit to the shortstop, and he hesitated. You got to know you got to run on a ground ball right there. Probably wouldn't have made any difference.
Right.
True Thrash is going to get an out there one way or the other.
Nothing else he forced to throw. You never know what can happen on a throw.
That's right. That's right. But like I was saying, if you don't have to make a throw, don't make a throw.
Exactly.
And True didn't. He was able to tag him out.
So we'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it's 9, 10, and 11 hitters due up here for the Bruins. McCann, Friedel, and Desai due up. Caden Desai.
These teams are so similar. You know, they both got really good shortstops, strong, big third baseman with strong arms, and they're struggling to hit the ball to the outfield. If you don't hit it to the outfield in this game, you're going to make a lot of outs. At the beginning of the year, if you can just put the ball in play, you're going to get hits. Right. And especially the kids who don't even hit it that hard. They're particularly going to get hits because if you hit a little tip-tapper, that's almost always going to get you on base unless you're real slow. But as the season goes on, that's not going to do it. You're going to have to hit it.
That's got to be rewarding you coaches, too, to see that improvement in your guys throughout the course of the season.
Yeah, it's what it's all about, right? I mean, frankly, maybe one kid in this league has a chance to play professional baseball. I mean, we're not trying to make these kids the best baseball players in the world. We're trying to teach them life skills and prepare them for the next level. You know, the things that we really care about are togetherness, supporting each other, showing good team spirit. That's the kind of thing that you're going to remember, and that helps you make those friendships, and that makes you like baseball, and that's going to help you get better at it. Because then you don't hate going to practice, and your dad's not always getting on you to go do it, something you want to do. And that's when things really turn around, when you decide you want to do it, and it's not just something your parents are pushing on you.
Here's Jack McCann, RBI single in the second. He'll lead it off for the Bruins here in the 5th inning. Swings to the first pitch for strike 1.
McCann's been coming on. We talked about it earlier. He's been hitting just great the last part of the season. Really made the Bruins a better team. We have a little change defensively here for the Wolverines. We got Sam Crystal moving from second base to pitcher, replacing Broyer. And we've got a different second baseman out there. I haven't identified who. Is that Easton? That's Easton Manning out there at second base. So we got a little change. We'll change it. The Wolverines have done this year. Easton's played quite a bit of second. Sam's played some pitcher. Little surprised to see it after how well Ben Broyer's been playing a pitcher, but Sam could certainly do it.
That one fouled on the left field line, so 2 strikes to McCann.
And like I said, I met Easton in the fall out here, and he really impressed me as an 8-year-old who clearly liked baseball, cared about the game. I'm not surprised he's playing a key spot here in the finals.
Took a funny bounce. Andina stayed with it, but the throw to first pulls the first baseman off the bag. That was not an easy play. That one, a lot of billiards players would like to have English like that.
Yeah, that's a funky spin on it. You'll see that spin on those balls to the first baseman and the third baseman. Usually the spin will take them back into the field of play towards second base. So you kind of have to coach your kids at first and third to expect that bounce. Andina did a really good job there of fielding that ball, but it caught him off guard just enough to help him beat it out at first. All right, we got the leadoff hitter on here. In a 2-2 game like this, getting a leadoff hitter on is a big deal.
As Hank Friedel will step in, 0 for 1 grounded out to the pitcher and swings through that one for strike 1.
Friedel's swinging too down at the ball there. He needs to get that level swing, keep that bat in the path of the ball a little longer. It's making it hard for him. His bat's only in the path of the ball for a very short period of time. His timing has to be perfect. Ball in the dirt. Oh, the runner on first thought about it.
He did.
McCann thought about going to second. Smart move. Taylor Baskin was all over that. She comes out and menaces him at first. What a beast back there. Way to go, Taylor.
Swing and a miss for strike 2 to Friedel.
Another low pitch there. But, yeah, that swinging down, that was tough. Hard to hit that ball swinging that way.
So Friedel's out on strikes for out number 1. That'll bring up Caden Desai with 1 out and a runner at first base.
It's been the tale of this game. The bottom of the order. Can they turn it over? Can they at least get on base here so that in the 5th inning they've got their best hitters coming up?
That'll be the bottom of the order door for the Wolverines in the 6th. Looking ahead, that one swung and a miss, strike 1.
I'd say advantage Bruins right now. Tie game. They're the home team. They're going to have the top of their order up in the 6th, regardless of what happens here.
That one fouled back, so strike 2 to Caden Desai.
And in a tight 2-2 game like this, that last at bat is a real advantage. And I'll tell you what else, they're going to get nervous out there in the field.
Yep.
Bottom of the 6th, tight game, got to make the play. That puts a lot of pressure on these kids, but hey, that's what it's all about. We've been trying to put them in a position all year long to do something they can do. As a coach, you want to put them in a spot where they can do it, right? And then you want to challenge them to do it. And then once they do it, you want to challenge them to show consistency in doing it.
2 strikes, the count remains to Desai.
He's been putting the bat on the ball all night. 2 strikes. I'll tell you, the Bruins have done a great job with this kid. They've taken him a long way since I saw him in tryouts.
Ground ball left side, and Dean, a nice play to throw to first.
Oh, he got him. What a play.
5-3 put out.
Rico. He went down to a knee, took a pretty hard 2-hopper there from Desai, and then made another good throw over the machine. Nice stretch by Barrett George at first.
So McCann up to second base now, 2 outs for Grayson McMillian.
Third baseman have made a lot of plays tonight, Merle.
Yes, they have.
It's been a really good position. I tell you, this is about the best third base play we've seen in the league all year. I can't remember a game where we've had this many guys thrown out at first from third.
McMillian retired 5-3 back in the 3rd inning.
Last hitter in the order, 2 outs, runner on second. It would be huge here if McMillian could reach. Get the top of the order up. Excuse me. I apologize for my voice, everybody. I've been yelling at 8- and 9-year-old kids for 3 months. Hardly have a voice left.
Right. And that one tap foul to first base side.
Want to see him run on that. And he tapped it. It was about a foot foul. And he just stood there and watched it.
Yeah, 'cause you never know.
Yeah, especially with the field dynamics that you were talking about earlier. There's some ridges out here. I saw a ball get popped over here by first base, or by the third baseline, and it hit the ridge on the path from the dugout to the plate, and it popped about 10 feet into fair territory. Nobody could figure out what had happened, except the ball had one-hopped into fair territory. That meant the runner needed to run to first. Strike three.
Swing and a miss for strike three. So Vermillion strikes out.
All right, we got a 2-2 game going to the sixth, but big difference is where they are in the order. The Wolverines are going to have to do it at the bottom right here, or they're going to have to stifle some of the biggest and best hitters in the league from the Bruins in the bottom half.
So we'll go to the top of the sixth inning. 10, 11, and 12 hitters due up. As Coach said, Cole Kenny, Rui Diaz, and Alonso Gonzalez due up.
And this is a real test for the Wolverines right here. Real test. If they can just turn it over, even if they only get one of these top three on base, they can get to the top.
Right.
And Barrett and Thomas Crystal and Taylor Baskin can knock those runs in and change this game right here.
Yeah, put some pressure on
but
the Bruins.
But they got to
give
them a chance. One of these bottom three have just got to get on base here. Otherwise, they're putting all the pressure on the defense to stop the Bruins with True Thrash and George Williams coming up.
Merle Bertrand, Greg Moore, coach of the Hurricanes. Maria Carrillo, our producer tonight. Rosie Vega, our QA, keeping an eye and an ear on the broadcast, making sure that we're staying on the air and sounding good.
I want to thank the guys in the truck too. They've been feeding me some good information tonight. I just got a quick text in here from Vegas. It turns out the late line here is moving hard toward the Bruins. Bruins came in as the favorites at Westgate, which I was a little surprised by. I would have put a little more money on the Wolverines there, but somebody had an inside track on this one. Bruins went off as favorites.
I'm going to be terrified if anything what you're saying is true.
Well, be very afraid, Merle. Be very afraid.
Give a shout out to my mom, tuned in from the great state of Illinois. I broadcast for the Austin Vandergrift Vipers during the regular season, and I turned my mom into the biggest Viper fan in the state of Illinois for football, basketball, baseball. She's tuned in, checking out some Houston area Little League baseball tonight.
That's good commitment. I'm sure we've got folks watching from all 50 states tonight. I mean, after all, we've got the Michigan Wolverines against the UCLA Bruins. It's a national matchup tonight.
So here is Cole Kenny to lead it off, try to get things started for the Wolverines.
Cole can do it, man. He can hit this ball hard. He's a pretty fast kid, too, if he puts it in play. He hit it hard.
And Thrash has got it, gobbles it up to throw to first in time.
Man, they got to hit it to somebody else, Merle.
6-3 put out.
I tell you what, Merle, they keep hitting that ball to True Thrash, they're going to have a long night.
And it's not like it's getting there in a hurry. He's got to field it clean to make a good throw.
But he's got the arm to make up for it if he doesn't, even if it's a slow roller to him. And the only guy he's got to worry about is Barrett George, who surprised him earlier. But that was not an easy play right there. He made it look easy.
Swing and a miss, strike one to Rui Diaz. Swing and a miss, strike two.
You know, True's a great player, but it's a good example. You have a great player like him, you're going to play him at shortstop. He may not ultimately be a shortstop, but he has done a great job there this year. He played first base last year for the Dogs. He was a great first baseman as an 8-year-old.
And swing and a miss, strike three. Diaz is out on strikes for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Alonso Gonzalez with 2 outs and the bases empty.
Let's see what Alonso can do for us here. We got 2 outs, nobody on. Got to turn it over to Barrett. Get that top of the order up. A lot riding on this right here. At least put the ball in play, make the defense make a play right here, Merle.
He is 0 for 1. He was victimized by Thrash back in the 4th inning.
That's right. He hit a hard ground ball over to him. He put a good bat on that ball, though.
Good cut there. Fouls it back. Strike one.
The amount of sad coaches out here watching this game is unbelievable. Just wishing they were out here thinking I could have scored more than 2 runs. Come on, let me at them. And this is the thing about this tournament. There's a lot of teams that can win this thing. Anything can happen in a Pee-wee game. But the teams, like we were saying earlier, they're not the same as they were at the beginning of the year. So those seeds don't necessarily mean as much as you think they do.
Ground ball again to Thrash. He gobbles it up again, makes another good throw, and a nice Pilates shred.
What a game. What a game for True Thrash. What a game from True Thrash. Unbelievable. He's been a one-man defensive show tonight, and he made, that was a tough play. Hard 3-hopper, had to get down on it, made another perfect throw. He's been unbelievable tonight. And he's going to win this game for the Bruins in the bottom half right here. He's coming up second in this inning. Watch out. Sometimes that happens. You see it in March Madness. Sometimes you got the best player, you win. Yeah. They got the best player on this field tonight.
He'll be batting second behind Seekdian, and in front of George Williams. They have the nice Pilates stretch there at first base to complete that put out.
Oh, yeah. George is a big kid. That was, what a game from True Thrash. He has not been that consistent at shortstop this year, but he has been nails tonight.
Give some of the other scoring updates tonight if we can here. 8-0 now. Red Sox all over the Astros. That one's in the top of the 4th inning. So it looks like there will be a game number 2 tomorrow night in that one. We've already know that the Mighty Muscles are the minor league champions.
All right, so here's an interesting thing going on right here, Merle. Doug George is out in left field talking to his outfielder, right? He knows where this ball is going. True Thrash crushes the ball to left field out here. And he's out here talking up Easton Manning. He's got a good player out in left field ready to make a play. Merle, we could see a walk-off homer to win this thing. We could. True Thrash hit 4 homers this year.
Wow.
How dramatic would that be, Merle?
That would be amazing.
George Williams has put it over the wall, too. He's got the kind of swing that can hit it out to right center field out there. But Kion's leading us off here.
Seekdian steps in, 1 for 2 in the night. Single scored in the first inning.
Big at bat right here. Can he set the table? If he gets on, the Bruins are going to win this championship.
Swung on, fouled out a play to the left side. Cubs and the White Sox tied 1-1, top of the 2nd inning in the field behind us.
Man, it's all to play for right here, Merle. Your whole season coming down at this moment. Outfielders are pinned with their backs to the fence. Charlotte Vermillion all the way in left center. I don't know that I'd have them that deep against Kion. Certainly against True and George, but I think they're probably a little deep right here. It'd be a shame to get a pop-up over the shortstop that landed easy right there. I don't think he can hit it to the wall.
Well, if he hits it over the head, it's going to be a home run. Let's just put it that way.
That's right.
And
pop
up right side.
Broyer's got that.
Oh,
he dropped it. He's played a great game, Ben Broyer. He dropped that ball right there. That was a tough play.
So Seekdian is aboard representing the winning run. And here comes the aforementioned True Thrash. 1 for 2 at the plate.
Broyer's got to keep his head up. He's had a great game. He could still win this game for the Wolverines. And this is what you love, right? It comes down to your best players. Can they do it for you? He's done it for them all season. He's the reason they're here. He's been nails tonight at shortstop. He's got the most homers in the league this year, and here he is with the winning run on first base with nobody out in the 6th inning. Swing and miss, strike
cut
1.
Right there. Seekdian, the winning run at first base. Nobody out. Thrash stepping in. He's got 1 strike on the count.
If this ball gets put in play, Merle, the Wolverines are in trouble.
Swung on. Strike 2.
Oh, the first, he left for first. Taylor's throwing him out at second. Oh, into center field. Oh, the runner's going to make it to third.
Going to make it to third. They might wait him around. They're going to hold him up.
No, they can't send him home on a steal. They've got to leave him there. He can't score unless it's on a batted ball. That was a really, really tough play right there. Seekdian made a little bit of a mistake. He went across the line at first base. Once he did that, he knew he had to go. He'd hesitated, and Baskin had a real shot at him. She made a good throw. Sam Crystal at second base couldn't quite collect the throw. It went to center field. Seekdian's at third. The winning run with nobody out.
Timeout on the field.
True Thrash is still at the plate with 2 strikes on him now.
So explain that rule again, because I missed it. You cannot use the ball.
Yeah, you can only score on a batted ball.
Okay.
If it's a steal, they have to stop at third, no matter what. Overthrows notwithstanding, they have to stop at third. But here we got a runner on third, nobody out. Thrash has got, if he puts the ball in play, the game's over. Wolverines are having a team meeting right now. What Doug George and Crystal are telling them in that team meeting is they've got to come infield in right now,
right? Which
is really tough because they've got the hardest hitter in the league at the plate. I told you earlier, my third baseman's dad told me I had to move him back for safety, and now they've got to bring him in. It's their only chance right here. I wouldn't want to be sneaking in on the grass if I were the third baseman, Federico, and he's not. He's kind of staying even with the bag, but Thomas Crystal is coming in at short. He's on the edge of the grass. Sam Crystal's 2 feet on the grass at first base. Thrash takes a pitch. He's got 2 strikes on him. Man, this is the moment, Merle. This is what it's all about. This is why we play Pee Wee baseball.
Swung on, had a cut, foul in the back. I played third base. I seen how hard this kid hits. I wouldn't want to come in.
Don't lie to the people and pretend you played third base, Merle. Come on.
I didn't say I played it well.
Yeah, and they know. They know. He took another pitch. That's smart. You'll see that a lot right here. You'll see guys take a pitch after they foul a pitch off with 2 strikes. He's ready to go. He's about to win this game for the Bruins.
2 strikes to Thrash.
Foul ball. Big cut from Thrash. Somebody's car just took a shot out on Augusta right there. Friedel's talking to the crowd. He's excited. He's feeling it. He knows what's coming. Took another pitch there. This is the last pitch of the Pee Wee season right here, Merle. And I have to tell you, it's been a pleasure working with you.
Likewise. Appreciate all the insight. Oh
my goodness. He might have even got a little piece of that, but Taylor Baskin caught it. Strike 3. That's what they needed, but they need it again right here. They've still only got 1 out. Runner on the winning run on third base, and George Williams is up to the plate. George can absolutely crush the ball.
And he is 2 for 2 tonight.
He was 3 for 3 in the semifinal, so that's at least 5 hits in a row for George. Can't expect a strikeout here.
Had a cut, fouls it back.
He looks like he's on that pitch to me, but a lot of pressure here. We're talking about 8- and 9-year-old kids. This is a big moment.
That outfield still back, which is kind of surprising. You got to make a play at the plate.
Kid hits the ball so hard. But yeah, they got to get the infield in, and they do. They're coming home with it if they can field it clean.
Foul back, strike 2 to Williams.
He got 2 strikes on him. If you're the Bruins, you're just hoping he doesn't get to 2 strikes. And here he is. The Wolverines have a chance. They just got to get a swing and miss or a pop-up right here. He took a pitch.
That pitch.
He's ready.
Winning run at third with 1 out.
This is exciting stuff, Merle.
Hitting out to the right side. That's trouble.
It's over.
That ball is a fair ball.
Game.
That's going to be the ball game.
For the champions. What a game. What a season for the Bruins. Unbelievable. Coming from the 6th seed all the way. Fighting through. Oh, what a season. Way to go. George Williams with the winning hit. The Bruins are mobbing their guy, Sictian at home, who scored the winning run. A 3-2 ball game and a Pee Wee game to win it all. What a game, Merle.
What a game indeed. The RBI single to right from George Williams scores Can Sictian. 3-2 the final score.
There's about 500 kids running out on the field right now, celebrating with the Bruins. Tough way to end a great season from the Wolverines. Got to give a lot of credit to Crystal and George. They did a great job over there. Their team got better as the year went on. You got to be really impressed with what the Wolverines coaching staff did, what those players, particularly those second graders on the Wolverines, they gave a great performance. But all the credit tonight to Friedel and McCann and the Bruins. What an incredible season. What a way to finish it. Congratulations, Bruins.
So talk us through here. Are they going to have some sort of a trophy presentation? Or I'm not even sure if we can see it if they
I don't know, Merle. I got knocked out in the semifinals. I've never even been to a final before. You're asking me what's going to happen? I wish I knew. I wish I knew. No, it's been 32 years since I won one, Merle. What a great game. Hey, thanks to everybody for tuning in. I know there's a lot of interest in these games. I know we got people, grandparents, parents, friends, aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, listening in and watching us. I know we got folks watching this back who were here tonight, who are listening to me for the first time. And what a game. you guys should all be commended for the family atmosphere that you create out here at Post Oak Little League. This is the best that it gets. No other sports like this, no other level of this sport is like this. The way that the family and community and this entire neighborhood gets out for these kids makes a huge difference in their lives. They're going to remember this, and it makes this community a better community. So thanks everybody for all the commitment that everybody put in to working hard and making this a great season at Post Oak Little League.
Well, Coach, appreciate you coming out and sharing your insights and helping us out, talking us through, and hopefully we'll see you again next year on the field, not talking to us.
Thanks so much, Merle.
We'll turn him down so he can get out of here. Coach Doug George, head coach of the Hurricanes, they had a fine season themselves, semifinalists. Dropped a 2-run game on Thursday night, 10-8. That's all that separated them from being out here on this field tonight. Thank you. Awesome job. We're going to hang for just a second. We'll see if we're going to do some sort of a trophy presentation. If they do, I don't know if we're going to be able to see it or not. So. If you are curious, the White Sox and the Cubs are underway. They're in the third inning. It's a 1-1 ball game. Go back out to Vype.com, and you'll find the link for that one. They're in the fourth or fifth inning over at the East Field. Last I heard, it was 8-0 Red Sox over the Astros in that one. So 2 more games going on here tonight here on Vype for the Post Oak Little League.